a man who suffered from asthma, many allergies, and a rare genetic condition called sickle cell trait, once weighed 135 kilograms. In school, people made fun of him. At home, he had an abusive father, and during childhood, his parents separated. At the age of 24, he was barely surviving with a pest control job. His life was full of depression and hopelessness. One day, he watched a documentary about Navy SEALs on TV. Navy SEALs are special forces of the U.S. military trained to operate in air, water, and land. Their training is extremely tough and prepares them to survive in the harshest conditions. That documentary became a trigger moment for David. He realized, this is the life I want. This discipline and training might be the path that can take me out of my miserable life. He decided to become a Navy SEAL. People around him laughed at him, but David started transforming himself. Within 3 months, he lost 50 kilograms of weight. Then he attempted the toughest Navy SEAL training called Hell Week. It is so extreme that 75% of people quit on their first attempt. David didn't just complete it once, he completed it 3 times. After that, he faced some of the toughest endurance challenges in the world, including Badwater 135, a 217 kilometers race in Death Valley where temperatures reach 55 degrees Celsius. The same David who once felt defeated in life has now completed more than 60 ultra-marathons. He is an ultra-distance cyclist, a triathlete, and a world record holder for more than 4,000 pull-ups. Because of this, David Goggins is called the toughest man alive. My team and I decided to research David. We listened to his podcasts, watched his videos, read books, and took notes. We realized that his journey is not just about physical strength, but about mental toughness and self-discipline. When we studied his life, we found 6 powerful strategies. Even if someone applies 1 or 2 of them, their life can change. Before the strategies. Discipline versus motivation. First, understand one thing. Discipline is not a natural talent. It is a skill that anyone can develop. Imagine you are hitting a stone with a hammer every day. For 10 days, 20 days, even 50 days, the stone does not break. But one day, with a single hit, it finally shatters. People might say it only took 1 hit, but they forget the hundreds of hits before it. Today, our lives are full of distractions. Social media, notifications, web series. Without discipline, these distractions stop our growth. Motivation versus discipline. Motivation is like electricity. When electricity comes, everything works. When it stops, everything shuts down. Discipline is like an inverter. Even when motivation fails, discipline keeps you going. If you rely on motivation, you go to the gym for a few days, then stop. You wake up early sometimes, sometimes not. But discipline means if you must wake up early, you wake up every day. If you must study, you study daily. A mother doesn't wait for motivation to take care of her child. It's her discipline. Athletes like Virat Kohli don't depend on motivation to train, they follow discipline. Motivation gives short-term benefits, but discipline gives long-term success. David Goggins' 6 strategies. 1. Accountability mirror. Most people avoid facing their real problems. They make excuses and blame others. When David was overweight and undisciplined, he stood in front of the mirror and told himself the truth. You are fat. You are lazy. You're wasting your potential. This is called the accountability mirror. Accountability creates responsibility, and responsibility creates possibility. Even Virat Kohli experienced a turning point when he honestly accepted his weaknesses. David says denial is the ultimate comfort zone. If you deny your flaws, you will never improve. 2. The 40% rule. David discovered something during his toughest challenges. When you feel completely exhausted and think you cannot continue, you have actually used only 40% of your true capacity. The remaining 60% is still inside you. Your brain tries to protect you from discomfort and tells you to stop early. But if you push beyond that mental limit, you reach your real strength. For example, when David started running, he couldn't even run 1 mile non-stop. But he kept pushing. First 1 mile, then 2, then 5. Eventually, he started running 100-mile ultramarathons. 3. The cookie jar. David created something in his mind called the cookie jar. It contained memories of all his past victories, times when he overcame challenges. Whenever he felt like quitting, he remembered those moments. This instantly shifted his mind from self-doubt to self-belief. You can also create your own cookie jar by writing down your achievements. moments when you showed courage, or problems you solved. When life becomes hard, revisit those memories.